I need coffee. Morning, everybody. It is super early in the morning. It is the weekend of Indigenous Peoples Day, and so we have a 3-day weekend, and it is now Sunday morning. I don't know. It's so early in the morning. It is Daniel's dad's birthday, so he's coming over around 12:30 with Daniel's brother. Their mom's out of town, and we are going to cook out and celebrate his birthday, watch some baseball. It's gonna be kind of a chill fall day, which I'm needing. It's been kind of a rough couple of weeks. Here's a mess. Don't worry, we're gonna fix that because we're throwing on a wig because I'm lazy. So anyway, I have an absolute shit ton of new makeup. I have all of the new Kaleidos lipsticks, which I'm going to be swatching. I have got a bunch of Vive makeup, including the new Muse palette. So I thought that we would do that today. No, not today. We're going to be doing a Vive Get Ready With Me for Vive because I've really been enjoying the brand and haven't really featured it on my channel. I've got the new Sigma Cinderella collection. I have got the new LYS Beauty Glow collection. I have got a bunch of palettes from Lethal Cosmetics. I've got the new, I've got a bunch of stuff. So I'm probably going to be doing like a holiday palette roundup with Pat McGrath and Urban Decay and Too Faced and Tarte and all that kind of stuff. And then okay, I'm an idiot. So I'm an idiot, and I think in my last palettes I'm glad I didn't purchase, or I'm glad I passed on video. I talked about the Hocus Pocus palette from Colourpop. Yeah, I bought that one and the new one. Why? Because I'm a clown. That being said, we have a lot of fun stuff to play with, so you're probably going to be seeing a lot of just get ready with me's coming up. So yeah, we're just going to be playing with makeup. Why? Because it's fun, and I just want to put out content that is fun. So I figured today we will just kind of hang out, and I'll take you through my entire makeup routine and process, and yeah, we're just gonna go from there. So let's hop into it. So I'm just gonna start off with my LYS Beauty Speak Love Glossy Lip Treatment Oil. And I like to start off with this. Hey, Peta. Especially since I'm gonna be swatching all 16 of those lipsticks today, so I need all the help I can get. I am gonna go, I've been going in with this Instant Firm IX Temporary Eye Tightener. Guys, this is a temporary treatment. It does help a little bit over the long run. I love Peter Thomas Roth. If y'all haven't been here before, I really like his products. I have his Firm RX moisturizer that I just got that I'm excited to start using. I'm just gonna tap this in. Hi, baby. Mama, it's too early. You need to be in bed. Hi, baby. And then I also have this new LYS Think Bright Glow Hydrate Serum. I'm going to do a full review on these, and something very exciting. So if you see an LYS video on my channel, go check it out. But this is, you're supposed to use this AM and PM, and it's supposed to brighten and tighten and all of those magical things that we put money out for. But I just got this, so I haven't really had a chance to test it out yet. I'm trying to use up all of my Peter Thomas Roth AM or PM retinol serum, which I love when I use it consistently and I'm not a lazy butthead. I love that stuff, and it does wonders for my skin. But this you can wear alone or under makeup or under your moisturizer, however you want to do it. So I'm just gonna let that set along with that tightening. I'm gonna give that a couple minutes. Hey, Peta, what are you doing? And guys, yes, I really do prep my skin like this, especially when I'm wearing makeup, because I have very dry skin and I'm old. So I need all the help I can get. So I'm going to go in with my Bobbi Base Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I like to use this under my primer. He is legit laying on my wig. I picked out my wig for today, and he's laying on it. I'm just going to massage this into my skin. And really, for the most part, any skincare I put on my face, I like to take down my neck too. So, but how has y'all's week been? I hope y'all are having a good week. It has been stressful, which I'm sure it is. Guys, I see how stressed I get, and I don't know how you guys out there that are dealing with real problems and kids and things like that do it. I don't know, but y'all are my freaking heroes, because there are some days when I feel like I'm just ready to jump out a window. And who would feed PETA, right? I'm gonna go in with my Becca. This is the Anti-Fatigue Under Eye Primer, which I think is needed right now. I know I've got y'all zoomed out, but I figure since this is more of a chatty kind of get ready with me video, we're just gonna go with it. Aren't we, PETA? Sarah's running around here somewhere too. Guys, it's so funny. Okay, for those of you who don't know, or if you're new here, PETA is my little, he's my baby. He is the star of this channel. But I also have Sarah. And Sarah Lee is my little bitch cat. I got her from Richmond Animal League in 2014? 2000, something like that. And she was a couple years old at the time, and she came in with kittens, which I can't even imagine because she's the cutest freaking thing on the face of the planet. She's a little orange fluff ball if you haven't seen her. I'll insert pictures. And she was on their most in needs list for a year and a half because she's so spicy, to put it nicely. Once all that stuff starts setting, by the way, I'm going to go in with my LYS Secure Skin Gripping Serum Primer. You would think I would know the name of this stuff since I saw like all I've been using, but because I don't know. So I went in because my mom watched her for forever. And I went in and I said one day with my sister, with Jess, and I said, I want to see Sarah Lee. And they're like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. So I went into the adult cat room, and she was up on like a high shelf. So I got up there with her, and she started hissing at me and growling at me, and she would bite me. But it's not like she was biting me. She was just like wanted my hand in her mouth. And so I would back off and go see another kitty, and she'd hop down and chase that other kitty away and hiss at them, and then sit there and hiss at me and bite me. And I was like, okay, well, she's mine. So I adopted her. They tried to talk me out of adopting her, which I was like, are you freaking kidding me? No, that cat is mine. So I've had her now for what is it? It's math. Math is hard. 6, 7 years, probably almost 8 years. And she is just now learning to cuddle, and it is the cutest freaking thing. She's always lovey on her own terms, but like PETA's favorite thing is for me to lay down and take a nap and kind of create a tent with pillows so he can get in, and he has his own little blanket tent where he can then cuddle up and curl with me. Like most of the time, Daniel is big spoon and I'm middle spoon, and I sleep like this so PETA can curl up and lay his little paws there, and we spoon. But Sarah doesn't really know how to do that. I'm gonna go in with the LYS Triple Fix Serum Foundation. I'm in the shade LP4, and she doesn't know how to do that. It's really cute. She tries, and she's so lovely, and she's one of the most intuitive cats. Like right after I got her, I was really upset about something, and I was at my desk like crying, and this is right after I had brought her home, and she gets up on my lap and she just puts her little paw on my face and just sits there and purrs. And it's like, this is why we don't deserve animals, guys. They're just amazing. And so she's been my special girl, and I just understand that she is not the most demonstrative cat in terms of being lovey and always wanting attention, or if she wants attention, she wants it her way, which is totally fine. And sometimes, especially when you adopt older animals that have been through some shit, that's just part of it. You've got to take the good with the bad, and that's just her good with the bad, and it doesn't bother me at all. It's just she's just not as affectionate as some other animals tend to be. But in the past week, she has been like, me and Daniel watch her at night, and we pretend to be asleep sometimes, and we'll see her, and because PETA crawls all over us. PETA goes from me to Daniel to me to Daniel, and he like log rolls because I'm a restless sleeper, so I move around a lot at night, and when I'm turning, he'll get up and like walk me like a log until I settle down, and then he'll settle back down and he'll drape himself over me. And Sarah has never been one to sleep with us, ever. She sleeps on the bed. She likes to sleep by Daniel's head because he is her human, and no one can have him but her. But the other day, I laid down just for a little bit to kind of just chill out and stretch my back out, and she got up on me and she just plopped herself down for the first time since I've had her. So for the first time in 7 years, she just laid down and took a nap with me, and and made biscuits. Very aggressive biscuits. It was painful, but I didn't even care because I was so happy and excited. And then last night I went to bed and I made up a little tent for Peta so he could get in there, but he just wasn't feeling it last night. I think Daniel had fallen asleep on the couch, so it was just me and the cats here. And Sarah just comes right in and gets in her little tent and just lays there and purrs at me. And it's just, ugh, I can't even tell you. It's like the most rewarding thing to earn that trust from an animal. And I know she loves me because she comes up to me and she follows me around and you know, she knows that, you know, she's safe with me and she's safe with Daniel, and, you know, she knows that intuitively, but that kind of comfort where she feels like she can come and lay down and nobody's going to mess with her, it just warms my heart. Anyway, if you've ever rescued animals, you know what I'm talking about. She's looking at me right now and she's like, you're telling all my secrets and I'm going to cut you in your sleep. But yeah, that's just like, with the crazy, stupid, stressful week I've had, probably been out of focus this whole time, sorry guys. But with the crazy, stupid, stressful week I've had, that just kind of, it just made my life and it just made me so happy. All right, so I just restocked on my creaseless concealer from Tarte, but I've also really been loving the Instabake 3-in-1 concealer in the shade Nice Cream from Beauty Bakery. This is such a great little concealer, so I'm going to kind of mix the two because the fatigue is real. I'm trying to put all my stuff over there so I know what I'm using. I'm trying to put all my stuff over there so I know what I'm using. I'm not going to do a whole lot of concealer because I am going to use that new Vanity Makeup contour palette that I've really been liking. So I want to try and do the highlight just on top of my foundation without any concealer underneath it, because it kind of, I felt like it was too much. It was fine on the cheeks, but it was a little too much for this area of my face. So if that doesn't work, we'll try it again with just the concealer. So I did a whole review, if you missed it, on the Vanity Makeup Signature eyeshadow palette and on the concealer palette, or the contour palette. Yeah, and I'm in the shade, this is the Fair Trio that comes in 5 different shades, which I think is really cool because I think that just, you don't often see a brand coming out with that many options. So we're just going to try this. I had put my concealer on the middle of my face. Hi, Peter, what you doing? So I'm just going to see how this goes, if we can just kind of use this without moving the foundation around too much. I feel like I need to zoom y'all in just a little bit. Is that better? Okay. But I really, really like this little palette. It was kind of like I just kind of bought it because, and then I ended up really liking it. Yeah, it's working a lot better without the concealer, like just over the foundation. Okay, that's good. I knew it was going to be kind of a learning curve using this kind of product because it's not a concealer, but it's not a highlight. You know, it's just something a little bit different for me anyway. But it just adds such a pretty, just kind of a pretty normal glow to the, natural glow to the skin that I really like. I feel like the side of my face is darker. Sorry guys, I am trying to fix my lighting. Hold please. Daniel and I are in the process of looking for a house, and it's kind of a stressful process because we're both in the mortgage business right now, and on top of it just being a freaking crazy time to do anything and to work. I'm just using the contour shade out of that, and this is just a Sigma F75. This was just a flat shader brush from Mash, which is a no-name brand. I got it off of Amazon and I've just used them for years. So we're both in the mortgage business, and we kind of see the craziness and the volatility with the market right now. And we're trying to hold off and be smart because we want to get a bigger house because my dad lives with us now, and we work from home now. And it's like we need more space. I mean, yes, it's just essentially just the two of us, but my dad's with us. But, you know, we're home all the time because we work from home, you know, and we just tend to be homebodies in general. So we don't need a mansion. We just want some more space. We want some land and just to have a little bit, you know, more room for entertaining and have family come over and all that kind of stuff. We love our little house. I mean, it is a great house. It's just not conducive to entertaining most of the time, which is why we just really took the time to redo our deck. Plus, when we go to sell it, we figured it would be good to have the deck nice and redone, so that could be an entertaining space for whoever, you know, comes into the house. But I'm really excited about the prospect of a new house, just to have a better kind of filming setup, because right now I feel like everything, and please don't, I'm very grateful for the space that I have, because it's wonderful, and Daniel is he's such a good guy. I don't know how I got so lucky. And he, you know, he got this room enclosed for me so I could have an office and a beauty space, and so, you know, we're literally home all the time, but it's still kind of a tight fit for everything. So I'm excited to have a little bit more space where I can have a setup that's a little bit more permanent in terms of filming, you know, because like I said, you know, I don't have 1 million subscribers. I don't need a beauty studio, but you know, this is a hobby and it's fun, and it'd just be easy to just be able to turn on a camera and go, you know, first stupid world problems is what that is. All right, so that is my foundation done, primer done, all that kind of good stuff. I'm gonna throw on my wig real quick because I'm tired of looking at myself like this, and do my eyebrows because that's boring and I hate showing y'all that because I am terrible at it. And then we'll come back and finish up the face, okay? Cool. All right, eyebrows are uneven as per usual, so I guess that is our sign that we can now move on. All right, so what are we doing? Oh, okay. Before I move on to the powder, I do want to use a new product. This is the LYS Beauty Aim High Multi-Use Liquid Highlighter in the, do I want to use this one or do I want to use, no, Genuine. I'm using Genuine, which is the rose gold, and then I'm going to pair it with the champagne powder highlighter. As I have been watching a whole lot of YouTube lately. That's Sarah, by the way. And not just makeup YouTube. I've been watching a lot of Stephanie Harlow with true crime stuff, and then I've also been watching a lot of Rebecca Robeson because I love her interior design classes, and I've been watching a lot of Garden Answer, which if you just want a pure corner of the internet with somebody who just purely enjoys growing things, Garden Answer is just a fabulous channel. I adore that channel. I'm gonna go in with my Rephr 19 brush and my NARS translucent setting powder. I'm just gonna start setting my face. And I think sometimes it's good to get out of your own community and not to bring up another awful topic, because I have talked about this on Instagram and YouTube, but my heart goes out to Mel Thompson and her family and her friends, because that whole situation is just fucking heartbreaking. It's so heartbreaking. And I just feel so grieved for their family. I'm going to go in with this Nabla Skin Bronzing Powder in Ambra. And that happened, I don't know when this video is going up, but that happened, I guess, Sunday, today. Today will be 2 weeks ago. And guys, I really enjoyed Mel's content. I didn't know Mel. I didn't follow her for years. I started watching her a couple years ago. And then I started really kind of watching her within the past 9 to 6 months. And I just enjoyed her content. She was just, I really feel like Mel Thompson was what the beauty community used to be, in her positivity and her just genuine love of makeup and sharing it with people and teaching. And she was so pure. She was just, you know, she was such a light. And I think for somebody like me, who I have such a hard time, especially recently, being positive and seeing the good in people and seeing the good in the world due to the current climate in this country, I hold on to people like that. And I hold on to channels like that, especially just since this is my platform and YouTube is my happy place, and it's where I come to get away. And I know I talk about heavy stuff on my channel sometimes, and I always have. I mean, if you have watched me for a while, I have been talking about this stuff since almost the beginning. And it's not to make other people uncomfortable, it's because I feel like there are things that need to be said. And I feel like, you know, sometimes it's just necessary to stand up and let people know where you stand on things. And I know that's not why people watch my channel, but I feel like I have a responsibility to talk about that kind of stuff, you know. But when you find a channel that's just so pure and so, or a person, she's not a channel, she's a person. When you find a person, I'm also going to go in with this skin glazing powder in Truth. This is also from Nobla, and this is just on a Coastal Scents BRC S25 brush. So, you know, it's not like I've been watching Mel for years. Like some of these YouTubers I've been watching for years. Holy shit, that is pigmented. You know, Cora at Vintage or Tacky, and X Sparkage, and Emily Noel, and you know, Wayne Goss. I've been watching all these people for over a decade. And you know, so I was kind of taken aback by how much Mel's passing affected me. And this is not to make it about me. I think this speaks to her and the beauty that was Mel Thompson in and out, you know, inside and out. And even talking about it now, it's hard. Like when I was working, when I found out about it, and I just broke into tears because, one, she's only 35. That's just not fair. And I know the world is not fair, but you see so many like evil people going around doing evil shit. And then you see somebody that is just trying to put out good and positivity, who loves her kids, who loves her husband, who loves her friends, who's a genuinely kind person, lose her chance to grow old. I feel like it's very disheartening. And unfortunately, that's life, and life is unfair. And it sucks, you know, and sometimes you just have to deal with it, as much as that sucks. All right, I'm going to go in with the LYS Aim High Highlighting Powder in Brave. This is that champagne color. So I'm just going to pop that over that rose gold color, which is genuine. And it sucks, and it's like, because I struggle with cynicism. And I think that's why I was so drawn to the beauty community over a decade ago. Almost, yeah. We're coming up on it. I've been on YouTube for 8 years? Something like that. Like 8 years, 9 years. And, you know, it's because it was a getaway for me. It was an escape for me. And it was something that was simple and positive. And it's like, wow, all these different people from all these different backgrounds are coming together over, I've said this before, something as stupid as a lipstick. Like, why can't we find more common ground? And, you know, that's really pretty. And, you know, so Mel was just, for me, like people like Jen Loves Reviews, like people like Emily Noel, like people like, I don't know. I mean, just the Wayne Goss, who are just here to lift people up and talk about makeup. I feel like it was just a blow. It was a blow. And it's, you see all these beautiful stories, and you see the response and the outpouring of love and concern, for her family and for people like Kelsey Brown J and Tara Lynn, and you see how she affected so many people. And it makes me sad that I cannot see the world the way she appeared to see it. And I want to, you know, I want to see the good in the world, and I feel like I've lost that a whole bunch. Sorry guys, I did not expect to get upset. I feel like I've lost a whole bunch of that, and kind of that optimism and kind of looking at the world in rose-colored glasses, which needed to happen for me. It needed to happen for me. My view of the world and of politics and things like that was not shaped out of malice or hate for other people. It was shaped on a ignorance of my own situation compared to other people's situations. And when you lose that and you know, things you strongly believe in, you know, I'm grateful that my perspective on a lot of things have changed, but it's hard. It's hard to wake up and realize, you know, you essentially believed in a lie. I did not mean for this to get like so deep, and you know, but anyway. So, you know, I feel like I've lost a lot of that joy, and I'm trying to find it again, which is why I'm trying to focus on my channel. And I think it's why losing somebody like Mel hits even harder, because she was the embodiment of joy and just and beauty, and I'm not talking about a superficial beauty, even though she was absolutely stunning, but just that inner beauty that just shone through her and was reflected in the people around her and how they loved her and responded to her. And so just a big hug to her family. All right, guys, I'm going to go back over with that rose gold, the rose gold over the Brave. I'm going to go back over just to lighten it up a little bit. Sorry, I did not mean, and I'm not trying to make this situation about me, because it is most definitely not. I think I just would be remiss to not mention, in the short time that I really watched her and was really engaged with her channel, the effect she had on me, because I think it's not out of the ordinary. It is the norm of how she affected people. And it's like when Talia Joy died, it was very, very hard on this community. And for those of you who don't know Talia, please go look her up. Just look up Talia Joy. She was a wonderful, wonderful, sweet angel that was taken from this world way too early. And you know, it's kind of that same situation. So, you know, she has just, I aspire to be more like Mel in terms of how she affected people in such a positive way. But we are going to move on to eyeshadow, because I did not mean for this to be a downer. Okay, am I done with my face? Just as good as it's gonna get. I think this is as good as it's gonna get. I'm not even doing any like a base today. We're just gonna go for it. So I have 3, I think I talked about this before, that I've lost my mind, and I went on Lethal Cosmetics palette designer website and I made 3 palettes, and then my dumbass bought them. Why? I don't know. But I did, so I figure we'll go ahead and play with eyeshadows. And I'm not sure what I want to do today. Do I want to do... I'm kind of thinking this palette. I'm thinking this palette today. And I'm going to do a video where I go through all of these and show you my selections, because I think their palette designer is the coolest thing ever. I'm thinking more of these cool tone greens and purples and pinks. I don't know. We're gonna play. We're just gonna play. So I am gonna go in, and I have all these shades written out because I need to put them on stickers on the back of these. So I'm gonna start off with this shade right here, which is called Pilgrim, and I'm just gonna go in with a BRC S02. Anyway, I'm sorry guys, I did not mean to get emotional, because I know this is, you know, people come and watch makeup videos because they want to escape, and I want to talk about this heavy stuff, but I guess that's part of life too. So anyway, I would just like to say and file a formal complaint with the YouTube gods for finding Teresa's channel, because now I'm obsessed with Lethal Cosmetics eyeshadows. I wish every site that sold individual shadows had a palette designer like they do, because you can pick the style of palette you want. You can pick, you know, I mean, so whatever palette you want, whether it's one that's, I almost dropped that, that's divided like this, or just an open palette like a Z palette, however many you want, and then you can go in and place the colors and move them around, which is wonderful, but it is also extremely dangerous, and I don't appreciate being disrespected like that. So I blame Lethal for making it way too easy for me to spend money, and then Teresa is dead for exposing me to this whole nonsense in the first place. Okay, I'm gonna just take a Wet n Wild fluffy brush, and we're gonna go in with this shade right here, which is called Loom, right? Oh wait, no, it would help if I was in the right Archetype. This shade right here called Archetype, which is kind of a really beautiful pinky brown. I always forget to take these off. Yeah. It's a really beautiful pinky brown, but it's cool. Like a cool tone. It's really nice. So we're not gonna live, I guess I'm feeling the purple today since I did wear the purple wig, but. There's Sarah. Sarah Lee. Hi, baby. She loves hard, guys. She loves hard. And I did kind of double up some of these shadows because I wasn't even looking, and with what I have in the Velvet Dusk palette, because I was just looking to make completed palettes. It's not like, oh, I can't, you know, that's kind of how I was looking at it, which I know some people might be like, well, that's stupid because now you have a bunch of the same shadows. Well, I have whole drawers full of palettes that have, you know, probably the same shadows in them. You know what I mean? I was just looking to make kind of completed palettes so that I could travel with them, or have, she did not like that plastic, travel with them, or, you know, throw them in my purse and go, or just pick up one palette and work out of that palette. So that was kind of my idea behind these. Okay, now I need to decide if I want to do green or these pinky colors. I don't know. I don't know. This is not very fall, guys. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I think I'm gonna go, do I want to do green or do I want to do red? I'm doing all those lip swatches later, but I really don't think it matters because I don't, unless I just did the most boring eyeshadow ever, I don't think it would go with everything. So let's see. I think I'm gonna do kind of more of a red tone. We're gonna go with that, and that shade is called Unity. It's just a deep matte burgundy. We're not like doing anything crazy out of the box today because I just want something that looks presentable, because I'm so sorry, y'all are probably gonna see me in this eye look for about 4 videos. It is just, sometimes it is just hard to film, and I know people with kids do it, people with full-time jobs put up 5 videos a week. I don't know how they do that. I don't have the energy for that. More power to you, because you are the true heroes out there. I'm just, oh, and I'm using a BRCS or BR250 brush. I know I'm using brushes from Coastal Scents, and it makes me so sad that Coastal Scents went out of business because their brushes have been my favorites for years. I'm kind of switching over to Sigma, and I'm slowly building up my Sigma collection. But I loved Coastal Scents' brushes. I mean, they've just been my go-tos, like literally for years. If you go back and see, you know, 5 years ago, I'm using these same brushes. And I'm just gonna kind of build that up in the outer corner and along the outer third of my eye. I guess it's not very fall, but I guess we'll go with, it's gonna be more of a, I don't know. I feel like these purples and mauves and pinks are like the new oranges for fall. Is it just me, or is it every palette coming out? Those beautiful, just kind of mauve-y type of colors. I don't know, might be the new thing. All right, I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of that Unity shade and see if I can build it up. Because I don't want to use that deep kind of cool tone brown in there, but I do want a little bit of depth. Like about these mattes is they blend beautifully, but they're not overly pigmented. Like, I love the Kaleido shadows, but they are super impactful, super quick. And sometimes that's what I'm in the mood for, but sometimes you just want something that blends beautifully and will build up. That's not that super crazy opacity right away, because sometimes that's just a little much for people, especially if you're trying to tone it down a little bit. which when it comes to that, I need all the help I can get. Blend all this out. There's no more product on this brush. I'm just using this brush to soften up the edges here. Really even? Yes, okay. Moving on. All right, I think I'm gonna go in, what do I wanna go in with? Okay, I think I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, which is the shade, okay, we're gonna start off by going in with the shade right here, which is called a Covet, which is a beautiful kind of, well, it's got a little bit of shift to it. It's kind of like a pink to peach to gold. So I'm just gonna go in with that on a Coastal Scents BRC S52 brush. I'm gonna wet this down. I like lethal shimmers. I just feel like, as with most shimmers, they do better wet. And generally once I lay down that layer wet, I go back in and just pack a layer and don't wet it down, just kind of layer it on top. We're getting some of the fall vibes in there. It's a little orangey. The question, do I want to go? Yeah, I think we're definitely doing that one. And that is the shade called Arcade. I'm just going to take that same brush. I'm just going to wipe it off. There's a beautiful kind of pink to green shift in it. I'll place this right on the inner portion of the lid and blend that over Covet. Or blend into Covet. Oh, that looks a lot different on the eye than I was expecting. It's not as pink, and it's that green, kind of greeny shift is showing up much more prominently than I thought it would. It's pretty. It's almost green in the inner corner. That's really kind of cool. I kind of like that. All right, just using that same brush, I'm going to go back into Covet, and we're just going to slowly just kind of blend these two together. Okay, I like that. I'm going to pick up that BR250 brush again and go back into Unity. And again, we're just going to build this up one more time. Kind of blend that shadow into Covet. It's almost like the more you build up this Unity shade, the more warm it becomes. It's really kind of interesting. I'm going to pick up a little bit more of that Archetype shade on my fluffy brush, and again, we're going to blend it all out. And I'm not getting any fallout from these shadows. Well, no, I'm a stubborn biatch, and I will not do my eyes first. I don't know why. I just feel like I can't put a look together if I do that. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm kind of liking that. Okay, I think lower lash line, I think I want to kind of bring some of that green into it. Maybe, yes, no, maybe so. Let's see. Let's try this Emerald. This is a Marc Jacobs Highliner in Blacker Emerald, right? Blacker Emerald. Okay. I'm gonna put this in my waterline. I'll be right back. I might have just fucked up this look, but you know, we're gonna keep it moving. Okay. Okay, I am gonna go in to that same Unity shade with the Real Techniques small eyeshadow brush, small shader brush. I'm just gonna take this really close to the lash line. And just connect it up to that eyeshadow. Okay, we're gonna go in with this shade right here with that same brush called Inertia. I'm just gonna wipe off this brush, and then we will reassess the eyeliner situation. Ooh, ooh, this shadow is falling out like a mother. Okay, that Inertia shade is definitely like intensity, so just proceed with caution. I'm gonna go back in with that Unity shade. I think I'm liking this now. And again, I just kind of blended that Inertia shade all the way over. I'm just gonna go back in with a little bit of that Unity shade. Kind of blend the two together. Let's see how this goes. I'm just taking a Refer 16 brush. I'm just going underneath and buffing everything out. Sarah Lee, why are you tearing up my carpet? Dare I say I like this? Maybe. I'm going to take that Rephr 16 and go in with a little bit of Archetype and just blend it all out. Okay, question. Do I want to brighten up that green just a little bit for funsies? I think I do, because I don't know when to stop. So we're just going to go with it. I'm going to take that same brush. I'm going to wipe it off again. And we are going to go into the shade called Mirage, which is this shade right here. And again, I'm just going to wet that down. And I'm just going to pop this right along that inner corner. Not inner corner, but that inner third of the lower lash line. I might look like hot garbage right now, but whatever, we're committed. I don't know if I love that or hate that. All right, whatever, it's all good. It's just experimentation time here on my channel. I'm going to go back into Unity one more time and just blend. It's an interesting look, but whatever. At this point, we're just going to go with it. And if I decide I fucking hate it, then I just won't film a bunch of videos with it. How about that? I'm going to go back in and just reiterate with that. What shade are you? I don't even know these shades. Arcade again. That green is kind of lending itself to that Mirage shade just a little bit. It's a little funky, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of liking it. Okay, so let me zoom you in so you can see it. So it's definitely a little on the funky side, but I think I'm liking it, so we're just gonna go with it. I'm gonna go put on some liner and lashes and mascara, and I'll be right back, because again, we all know I can't do that on camera. So I'm owning my flaws as a human being, and I will be right back. Okay, all right, bye. All right, so these that's the eye look with the lashes on. So while these dry, we're gonna just zoom out and finish up the rest of the face. Am I liking the look? I don't know, maybe. Okay, while my eyelashes are drying, I'm just gonna finish off my face with my Guerlain Meteorites Powder Pearls, and I'm in the shade Light. And I'm just using, this is the, I don't know which one it is. Oh, the V1 from the Vegan Brush Collection from BH Cosmetics. And I'm just gonna set everything with my primer water from Smashbox. All right, and for my lips, I'm just gonna take a Pat McGrath. This is the Suburbia lip pencil, and I'm just gonna line my lips and fill them in a little bit. Not perfect, but we're gonna go with it. And then I'm gonna go in with the Pat McGrath Bronze Astral Vinyl Lip Gloss. I'm not doing much with my lips because they're about to be taken off, and we're doing a bunch of lip swatches anyway. Won't this lip combination be perfect for the holidays? I'm so excited. All right, everybody, so that is the finished look. So a bunch of new makeup. We've got some Pat McGrath, LYS, Nabla. What else did we use that was new? Lethal Cosmetics was the main thing, new V of lashes, all kinds of new makeup going on. So yeah, I hope this was, I don't want to say it was fun for you, but I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get emotional in the middle of that. And I hope I can cut most of that out, because that is, I don't ever want to bring somebody down. I think just sometimes these things come out and it sucks and it's shitty, and sometimes it just helps to talk about it. So just know that this is a safe place to talk about it if you need to talk about it, because if you are dealing emotionally or struggling emotionally or physically or mentally, I've been there and I know what it's like, and it sucks. It sucks, but just know that you are not alone. So I love you guys so much. Please take care of yourselves. Hug your family a little bit tighter. Tell the people you love that you love them, because tomorrow's never guaranteed and today's precious. So yeah, that being said, thank you so much for hanging out and talking about makeup with me. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Have a rocking week, and I will see you next time.